what is going on? Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome to my channel. I am Deborah with Purusha Holistic Wellness. This is Purusha Intuitive. All things health, wellness. We've been doing a lot of readings lately. I gotta get on my game in order upload some health and wellness content. I'm working on it, guys. 100%. All right, Capricorn reading. I believe that readings are timeless. As long as the message resonates, then it's meant for you. I am doing this in the beginning of the new year, 2023. Whoop, whoop. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross watchers, obviously, welcome. Okay, messages to pass on. That card's come out, I think Taurus and Leo got that. One other sign. So let's look. Okay, messages of warning. That message has also come up. Okay, so there is, to me, I feel like this energy of communication between you and another person. It's going to shed some light onto something that maybe you're not expecting 100%. But this is a lot about this mirroring effect taking place, right? That concept of the law of attraction, like, what we think, feel, what we hold within about ourselves, our external environment is going to reflect that, right? So oftentimes when we complain about other people, how they're treating us, etc., it really is our energy that's bringing that out in them, right? So, not in a way of placing blame. It's just that concept of being really mindful about how you think, how you feel about yourself, who and what you're saying yes and no to, etc. Because I feel like this is really shedding some light onto a situation where, okay, like maybe okay. Because sometimes the challenge is we feel like the victim, right? Like someone did us wrong, blah, 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 right? I think it's also like this value of recognizing that if you're taking responsibility for someone else's issues and problems, that can be kind of dangerous, right? Like a dangerous game, because it puts you in this mode of, taking on too much, problems, issues that aren't yours. And this is basically saying it's not you, but when, we attract people that are treating us in a certain way, we have to reflect and say, okay, well, why did I attract this, right? Like, where is it within myself that I'm telling this person it's okay to treat me like this? I feel like as of right now, Capricorn, you don't know this, right? Like, I feel like you'll probably get some type of communication, in the near future around this, or you have already received it. I don't know. It's like, because it feels like things are fine, like fine. And then something comes up and it's like, oh shit, this is actually what this is. But I think for you, the learning lesson through it is just recognizing it's not you. You can't control other people. I think sometimes Capricorn energy does like to do that. Here's that confirmation, right? That 8 of Cups of releasing, letting go of the stuff that's toxic for us, that doesn't serve us, And this actually is in regards to friendship, relationship. I feel like we've seen this from you in previous readings, Capricorn. I think you need to be a little bit more decisive about who you I want to say get into bed with, but it doesn't have to be this, because this to me is more about like your community, the people that surround you, etc. I feel like you have to be a little bit more scrutinizing, especially with this Queen of Swords, about who you let into your environment, and are they really for the highest and best? Because it feels like you let someone in, baby energy. Someone who really wasn't that mature, who wasn't really ready, who probably talked a great game as if they were. And this is where that communication is coming from, right? So they're going to say something, and I feel like it's not a direct wake-up call for you, like, oh, this is who this person is. I feel like they're almost naive even about what they're exposing about themselves, right? Like, they don't really see it, they're just kind of making flippant remarks. And I feel like that's where you're going to start connecting the dots. Let's look a little bit. Yeah. Ooh, this person's very rigid, like very heavy energy. So the Emperor, especially paired with the Page of Cups, it's just someone who's not emotionally aware, period. They're functioning more out of that masculine energy, out of this stubbornness, this rigidity, this structure that really none of us can obtain. It's almost this perfectionism, right? That's what they're demanding from other people, but I feel like you're going to see that they can't even live up to their own expectations, right? Ooh, they are not, and that's a lot, like, this is really heavy energy, this person or situation that you're dealing with. It's someone who doesn't want to hear it, It's their way only. And they might be nice to you. They might want something from you. Kiss your ring is what I'm hearing. Kind of that value of like, I will appease you or placate you because it's good for me, But it's not about you and them. It's not about that relationship. And that's where this dynamic ends up popping up, right? Someone who you felt close to, you were connected with, but actually ended up being like, whoosh, pretty effing toxic, guys, unfortunately. But I feel like, you know this instinctually. This is, again, a lot about you not taking the responsibility on, because it's not you. It's this other person, and it's how they show up. It's how they have situated themselves. They want you, again, to think, feel, believe that they are a certain way when, in fact, they're not, And I think the conflict, whether it is, you guys actually fighting, which that to me doesn't feel, that could be for a small few, but I feel like this is more your internal conflict, Capricorn, because you're seeing things, you're seeing both sides is what I'm hearing. You self-protect. Sometimes it's hard, right? Like breaking down those walls, especially if we've been hurt in the past. It's hard to know, oftentimes when we build those walls up, then we struggle to understand who to let in and who not to. And most often than not, back to that law of attraction, we end up letting in someone that might not be very heart honoring for us, And, I think obviously Capricorn, and this makes a lot of sense because you're very business, career oriented. You rule the 10th house of career in the zodiac, right? So in astrology. And this really talks about you kind of like, being your own independent entity. Like you're not really relying on other people for your sustenance. You've achieved a level of success. You might even be in the limelight. A lot of times when we're in this 9 of Pentacles energy, we do have people coming after us, right? Wanting certain things, etc. Wanting a piece of the pie. Yeah. But this was someone, like I said, or a situation that was just too immature, not really ready to give or receive what you gave them. And I feel like you're seeing a lot of this come out, or you will. Oh my gosh, dudes, that's like all Wands energy. it's immaturity, right? It's being fickle. It's not really scrutinizing the person, vetting the person in an appropriate way. You guys were both kind of being immature, you know? And I think that, you know, while this person still wants that connection, that engagement with you, I feel like you're seeing outside of it, right? Like this, the Knight of Wands, I mean, you know, sometimes he makes decisions without thinking, right? That's kind of the value of that immaturity, especially when it comes to the Wands energy, because it's so fast and so quick. So, Four of Swords, really reflecting on maybe places that you made a decision without really thinking it through. And it definitely feels like it relates back to this person, you know, this friendship circle that you're a part of. Because this other person isn't even looking at their stuff. You know what I mean? Like the way that they come through, it's like, this is just who they are, period. They're not really, there's a lot of inflexibility. They're not really trying to change. And so I feel like you having these realizations is going to be more your own, you know, not involving them. Like I said, I feel like they'll say something. I feel like you get these little hints along the way that, is this like the best thing? And then something gets said or something happens where you have that like blatant conversation or confirmation, I should say. So maybe conversation, but I don't feel like it's with this person. I don't necessarily see you guys fighting about it because I feel like I said, you look very protected right now. You're protecting your energy. You don't want to go down that road. You're going to kind of keep things at arm's length. But it will do you a lot of value just to take some time to sit and reflect. Also, like I said, like on your own stuff, right? Like where are you calling in this energy for yourself? Because you and this person are two different, you know, I feel like this person talks a good game. That's what it shows. But like I said, it's out of this like rigidity, you know, it's like out of this demanding, like swinging the hammer throughout life, you know, they kind of will bully or push anyone down who's in their way. Where yours, this is a lot softer, right? It's more about a level of success and achievement and abundance, and especially in that feminine energy, right? So this guy, we have dictating terms and circumstances at whatever cost. This is more like, yeah, I've achieved my goals and I feel good about it. So two completely different vibes. And, you know, like I said, it could have seemed like, oh, wow, this is a great fit. This is a great match, etc. But you're going to see that, like, I feel like some changes need to be made. Yeah, there we go. Confirmation right there. Because it's going to be a snowball effect. If you continue to let this person kind of dictate and take charge, it's only going to get worse for you in the long run. It is a little bit tricky situation to navigate how you're going to communicate this to them. That Seven of Wands energy really talks about being strategic, being mindful. This person feels a little bit like a ticking time bomb. So be really conscious of that when you have the conversation. You know, I feel like you have a really good energy around this, though, Capricorn. Like, it does feel very soft. It does feel more feminine. So what I mean by that is then you have that power to really connect with your intuition about what is the right way to approach it. I don't see that kind of like strong arming, you know, from you at all, because you don't want to, I feel like whatever, you know, exchange agreement that you guys have, you don't really want to mess with that. Like, you want to be mindful around that. But this is talking about you, like, definitely getting out of Dodge. Peace out. Right? Yeah, gossip. Untrustworthy, yeah, just like untrustworthy communication, you know? And I feel like, you know, I mean, this totally reminds me of your energy, you know, Capricorn, like really being on the up and up about things, putting your pieces into play strategically and really hoping for the best. But somewhere there was a disconnect, you know? And like I said, it came through misinformation, things that weren't really true. And you're going to find this out. Be mindful when this message comes through, because it's going to be pretty clear. And then you're going to have to figure out how to adjust and change the situation. Really, so you're saving yourself. It's not you. It's not you as much as you want to think it is or take on that responsibility. It's not. And I know that's easier said than done, right? When we're dealing with these kinds of people, it can be really hard, especially if you are, you know, more sensitive, more in tune with the feminine energy. You know, it's easy to let these people bulldoze over. So don't shame yourself for it, but also empower yourself through it. So I hope this helped, Capricorn. I'm sending so much love, blessings, fluidity for the situation to work out in the highest and best way. I know these things are not easy. I would totally love to support in whatever way possible, either through the video. You can totally reach out if you want me to look at your personal situation. Otherwise, drop comments below how this resonates with you. Thanks so much for your time and energy and stopping in. Lots of love and blessings.